Hello, hello. We are going live, and I'm by myself today. All by myself. I guess I'm kind of addicted to coming on to LinkedIn and going live. I just can't miss a day. So this is like the 30th Thursday or something like that since we've started. Thank you all for participating and supporting what we do here on this live stream. So I just got off of a great call with NAMBA, the National Association of Minority Mortgage Bankers of America. As you all know, that's an organization that's near and dear to me and want to help as much as I possibly can. Also, a few weeks ago, you heard me talk about a story I was telling about my son. So one of the things that I shared today, with NAMBA was that story again. And the name of the presentation was basically it's so easy that a 12-year-old can do it. So easy that a 12-year-old can do it. And so with that, I shared the 7 questions to start, grow, and scale a business. So if someone out here needs to hear this, I hope it's very helpful to you. Shout out to Kendall Ficklin. It's something that I've been able to hone in based on framework that he's put together, just to ask yourself some questions when you're thinking about starting a business, again, growing a business and scaling it. Just because a lot of times we don't ask ourselves these questions when we are looking to start something. And as you know, relationships before you build them, build relationships before you need them is something that I always talk about. And so relationships are key and super important for us. And so understanding, what you're doing, why you're doing, how you're going about doing it is very important. DNA, knowing why you do what you do, again, super important. And then having a plan. And that's what this whole 7 steps or 7 questions are. So I'm going to share my screen and go through it with you. And we'll see what happens. Share. All right. So hope you can see that. So this is the cover here. And like I said, it's so easy that a 12-year-old can do it. 7 questions to start and grow your business. And so my son, a few weeks ago, I heard a knock at the door because I'm in the office working away with the door closed. And he's like, "Dad, you're working so hard, man. I see you working, man. You're working hard." And so as I mentioned today, when I was on the call with NAMBA, obviously thank them for allowing us the media opportunity to speak today. Also thank the industry because, things are going well. We're thriving. We're helping the economy. We're helping folks with the American dream. And I thank the parents and the teachers. That's something in which we're going through right now. It's difficult, and many of us haven't been able to, go through this. And we're juggling, being a professional. We're juggling being a parent. Obviously, we're helping with teaching. We're counselors. We're just doing everything. But one of the things I did today is I also thank the children because this is something that's been unprecedented for them. We haven't, in my age and generation, even ever lived through anything like this. And so missing summer vacations, not being able to be face to face with their friends sometimes, or depending upon who you are, all the time. And so I told this story about my son and how he came into the office and, he pretty much had it all figured out. He thought he was easy. He said, "Dad, how long is it going to take you to get your business up and running?" And so I kind of took me back a little bit because I'm like, "Dude, my business is already up and running. What are you talking about? How long is it going to take?" I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. And I was like, "Well, what do you mean, son? Like, do you need me to spend more time with you? Like, your sister, your mom? Like, do I need to, do that?" Because, kids, there's always an angle. I thought there was some sort of an angle to it. And he's like, "No, just curious. Is it 2 years? Is it 5 years?" And just like I said before, I told him, I don't think it's going to be that long. We're going to grow and it's going to be forever. It's going to last forever, and outlive me. But I think within the next 6 months, we'll be able to get the team all built up and move forward in a way that we can help a lot of people. And Dad will be out of the business, and I'll be working in the business on, doing what I'm really good at and what I love, to be able to help more people in different ways. So he really helped bring this out of me, these 7 questions, because then I went back and I started to think about, why I did it, how it all came about. And so what he left me with, and the reason why I said it's so easy that a 12-year-old can do it, he's just like, oh, okay, Dad, you just need to teach everyone to do what you do and do it the way that you do. Wow. So I'm going to get into the next thing here, and we're going to hang on one second. We're going to talk about we're going to get into the next slide. I apologize. And I thought I was still sharing my screen. So hang on one second. I'm having some technical difficulties. So we'll go back and we'll try it again. Give me one sec. Because I really want to share this screen with you so that you can see what it looks like. There we are. There we are. So there's 7 questions. 7 questions. So you should ask yourself this before you start, and as you're growing your organization, and as you're scaling. Who are you? Right? Who are you? Also, what do you do? People, there's a big difference between who you are and what you do. Lots of times we're out and about in public. We meet with people or meet people, and they ask us, like, the first question is like, how are you? And then, like, what do you do? Like, and then what we do is we take the opportunity at that point to talk about all our accolades, like what we do professionally. And so I think, which I don't even think I know, who you are is very important fundamentally, like in regards to the self-awareness and your core values. So the way that at least I answer that question is I tell people that I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a son, the son of a single mother, and I believe in building relationships. I believe in understanding, knowing my why, digging into my DNA, and I really believe in having a plan. And so, who I am, that's what I say. All right, number 2, the second thing is, what do you do? What do you do is more of a value proposition, and that's when you can get into kind of like touting yourself and beating your chest or whatever it is that you want to kind of talk about yourself. But I don't think everybody really wants to have that sort of an elevator pitch. They just want to know how you help X accomplish Y so that they can do Z. How do you help X accomplish Y so that they can do Z? So the way that I would talk about this in regards to home ownership is, we help families. We're the guide through that process, because it's daunting. There's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of unknowns. There's questions. It's very confusing, right? So we help them. We're the guide to help them become the hero in their home ownership story. So the third thing is, what experience do you have doing it? What experience do you have doing it? I'm speaking specifically sort of about me and anyone that's listening that's in my industry, that's a loan officer, a branch manager, a leader in the industry, or someone that's a vendor of some sort that may be looking to peel off and start their own company, or just, this relates to pretty much any business or any endeavor that you undertake. So in my situation, 15 years ago, almost 16 now, uh, I I envisioned a path like this, but where I really got my start was in 2011, when there was a company that needed to really get into some other communities and really help with sustainable home ownership and to serve some different communities and different locations. And so I got the opportunity to start a branch. And so one of the things was is I put together this elaborate business plan. It was pretty cool. That was awesome. And I had the recruiting on there. I had everything in there that they wanted to see. Put the location. We identified a few spots. Um, and then the CEO that I was meeting with, he kind of chuckled after he read through it. Shawn, I got to tell you, this business plan is really good, man. It's awesome. However, I see I got one problem with it. And I'm like, what's that? He's like, man, you got a 2,000 square foot office, and we have these 10 recruits that you've targeted. We believe in you, and we're gonna stand behind you. And but what happens if all these 10 people say that they're going to come on board? Where are you going to sit them? So that was that was something that I really appreciated. I ran through walls for that individual in that company, and it was just a great experience. And then so number three, what experience do you have doing it? So think about, in my situation, I kind of think about that blueprint that we had to start that particular branch up and to start that opportunity. And that is important to think about, like in regards to what experience you have. The fourth thing is, who do you do it for? You have to identify your ideal client, and your audience, right? Who was your ideal client? Who is your audience? For me, this is more or less my why, right? Why am I doing what I do? So growing up, for me, it was always important. I tell a story about blue suede shoes. A good friend of mine, uh, rest in peace, Ryan Spencer, my best friend in the world. So hopefully I don't get choked up. But when we were growing up, I remember, what is it? 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go. I have no idea why I was singing Elvis Presley with him, but whatever. It is what it is. So we sang the chorus of that song over and over and over. We were, I don't know, maybe about 12 years old on the playground. And we made a pact that basically whoever got there first was going to bring the other one along. And we were going to help our communities. And we just had this grandiose plan. So fast forward many years later, he made it and got a really good opportunity to hop on his team and learn the mortgage business. And one of the things that I'll never forget that he said to me when I was getting into it, when it was like pretty much like, I'm going to give you this great opportunity. I'm not really going to pay you that much. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of frivolous things for you, but I'm going to lead you to the water and you're going to drink, he said, and you're going to think. But he's like, remember when we were growing up, man, how you always talked about giving back to the community and helping people and just really being a positive impact and breaking down all the stereotypes. He's like, well, Shawn, this is your opportunity. This is it. And so think about who you do it for. What is your why? Why are you doing it? Purpose, the reason for which things are done. Number 5, what problems do you solve? Number 5, what problems do you solve? For us, it's pretty simple. All right. The problem that we solve is folks want to buy a house and we help we help them purchase it, or they want to refinance it into a lower rate, take money out, whatever it might be. And we help them with that. So we help people purchase and refinance homes. It's that simple, but there's tons of problems out there. And so the advice that I give people is don't be a problem maker, be a problem solver, be a problem solver. And so one of my good friends the other day, we were talking and he's like, Shawn, you just got to let me give you your flowers today and don't be humble and just accept them. But he's like, we were talking about relationships. And I said, well, I really enjoy connecting people and I really like going deeper on relationships. And I'm like, for me, I'd be very ill person. I'd get very sick if there weren't any problems in the world for me to solve. And so just think about when you're starting something, you're growing it, you're looking to scale, what specific problems are you trying to solve with your business? Number 6. Yes, yeah, number 6. Number 6. Where are your ideal clients located? All right. Shout out to our marketing team. Doing a really good job at helping Fortis Mortgage with that and branding the company. I think everyone needs to understand where your ideal client is located. Understand where they are, because that's going to dictate your marketing, the direction that your marketing, your messaging, the culture that you set up with your organization. It's all going to be dictated based on that. All right. And then what you also want to think about is the primary platform in which your client is located, the primary platform that your clients are located. And so, again, depending upon the type of business that you do, there's all kinds of platforms out there, like specifically social media. They're all different. They're all created differently, right? They're not all equal. Facebook has one set of algorithms and solutions and such that it will come with that. LinkedIn, I happen to really like LinkedIn. Here, I feel like I can be a lot more myself on here, because can relate to the business owners and just business folks here, because it's an opportunity for us to really just hone in on business. And so, just really think about where those ideal clients are. Also, you need to understand data. Know the data points so that you can also communicate with them. This will be online, but also offline, texting, your email, drip campaigns and database and such. Video messaging has become, very popular as well. So just really think about where your ideal client is located. And then lastly, number 7, how are you connecting with that ideal client? How are you connecting with them? For instance, with me, I'm coming in, I have the privilege of the opportunity to do this LinkedIn Live. I didn't realize how great it is in order to get your message out and to really add value to the community and to the networks that you have. So LinkedIn's proven to be very powerful for me and my business, but also you need to think about how you're connecting and showing, sharing, serving, and solving. I'm gonna say it again, and thanks again, Kendall Ficklin, for that information. I can't sit here and act like that I made that up. I don't know if you did or not, but I hear you say it all the time, Kendall. How are you showing, sharing, serving, and solving? Then that gives you, as a business person, an opportunity to ask for help, to ask for business. What I find is, once you connect, people want to be a part of your story, right? They want to be a part of your success, and it's very important. One of the things that I like to talk about is, there's a CEO on LinkedIn that I see post quite a bit, and he does it on LinkedIn. He does a really good job on LinkedIn at getting people in, and he's a CEO of a large mortgage company. I won't mention any names, but last year, around this time last year, he had a really good, it was a profound post. And that post was about African American home ownership in the United States. Sits at 42%, and white home ownership is at 73%. This disparity is largely unchanged over the last 100 years. Furthermore, white children growing up poor have 70% chance of making it out of poverty, whereas African American children in the same socioeconomic status have a 50% chance. I don't have all the solutions to these daunting problems, but I believe progress begins with awareness of the issue. Insert company, I won't say their name, will be pressing in and looking for ways to be a part of the story of progress. So that really hit home. And that was about the connection, because this particular CEO knew that on LinkedIn, there were folks like me that are on there that are listening, that want to make a positive impact and a change. There are other loan officers and managers in our organization that want to make a positive change. So much so that I reached out in a private message to this CEO, because I wanted to have a 5-minute conversation about, like, basically, like, this was great message that you put out there and you said it, but how can I deliver this message without sounding angry? Like, how, can you tell me how to deliver this message? Because it's something that's near and dear, and it's needed, and it's very important. But because he was showing, sharing, serving, and solving, it made me want to be a part of his relationship headquarters. Even though I don't work there and we're quote unquote competitors, I still wanted to be a part of this particular cause. So I say all that to say, it's just really in that particular framework for number 7. How are you connecting? And I wanted to use that story to bring home how this particular person was using LinkedIn to get people incorporated. And then that private message, 2 days later, a director from their organization reached out to me, and we had a great conversation. So it's people, it's easy, right? So easy that a 12-year-old can do it. So easy that a 12-year-old can do it. So what I'll do is leave you with this today. I really appreciate, again, everybody supporting what we do. If you have any questions or anything I can do to help you out, I'm here to help. Again, challenging times, but we're going to get through this, and everybody just keep pressing on. Next week, I will have a guest. We're going to have an educator on. We're going to talk about parent involvement in education. That's something that's really key at this point. I'm Principal Williams because my kids are here doing virtual learning. I'm grateful that they're older, so I don't have to spend as much time kind of looking over their shoulders. I could only imagine if they were younger, how maybe difficult that would be, how much time it would take. So I'm really appreciative of all the educators and all the parents that are going through this right now. And again, the children, just like my 12-year-old son, folks, your kids are watching you too as well. They're watching you get through these situations, and just continue to do the best that you can, because it's gonna sound like a cliche, but they're the future. They are watching us, and they're depending on us to set good examples for them. And so, with that said, I'll let you go. I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks again, and we will talk soon.